This is the Political Spotlight.
The Political Spotlight is a joke. It's more like a political flop.
Nobody listens to Bilbrey.
He's just a wannabe podcaster. No one takes him seriously.
He is a rude, crude dude that will never go any further than broadcasting from his mother's basement.
Bilbrey is a wrecking ball for Indiana politicians.
Grab another box of Twinkies and generic cola, Bilbrey,
And get back to your microphone and your audience of nobodies.
The Political Spotlight is a joke.
He is like a rude, crude dude that will never go
Bilbrey's a wrecking ball for Indiana politics. Shut that stupid Bilbrey up.
Tell you, I have some things to say tonight. Let me tell you. Well, we hope that we are live on YouTube. Not 110% sure. Kate's giving me the thumbs up, so it looks like we are live on YouTube. Seemed like we were having a little bit of issue. Hey, we are live on YouTube, and so that means if you would be so kind as to go over there and give us your thumbs up, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't, do all of those things, that would be fantastic. It was telling us that we were going to have some issues, but it looks like we have made it through, so we're good to go, and everything's happy there. So welcome. Hey, it's Tuesday, and it's been a long day, folks. Yet again, another long day, but it wasn't a Monday at least. Listen to this. I go to the grocery store. I went to Payless on McGalliard, for those of you from Muncie, where Marsh used to be, at the corner of McGalliard and Wheeling. And I wanted to go and I wanted to get some there's this honey roasted like turkey, like lunch meat, and I went to go get like a pound of this, and the entire deli was covered over. They had all of the deli glass was covered over with white, like butcher paper, and you couldn't see anything. And I saw that, and I was like in the middle of the store, and I was like, what is this? I like just kind of like yelled it out. I was irate because I thought, that's all I wanted so bad. And I walk up and I'm like, so what's happening here? And he's like, yeah, we're done. And I don't know if that means like, are they done forever? Does anybody know? If anybody's got the inside scoop on this, I need to know. Is Payless out of the deli game? That would be horrible if that's the case. That would be horrible. I was irate over turkey meat. It's been one of those days for 2 days straight. So before we get started, though, we have had a good day. Because I have to make this announcement, and I feel like if we don't, this is kind of one of those things that it's like I'm going to be, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, kind of thing. Like you're going to be in trouble if you do it. You're going to be in trouble if you do it, and you're going to be in trouble if you don't do it. I seem to find myself in situations like that all the time. And I really hate being in situations like that, but I've started to just realize that's my life. And so I feel like I'm just kind of going to be there. And so I might as well make the very best of it. And, I guess if it's going to be that way, if I'm just going to always constantly be on the line and there's nothing that I can do one way or another, I might as well at least have fun while I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't that make sense? Now, Kate, I've sent you 2 very important pictures for you to put up in the overlays, if you can. If you could be so kind as to assist with that. I'm getting ready to breathe because we're getting ready to do it. I don't know. God chooses the right guy then. That's right, because I can do it. I can be there. So before we get started, we're going to get right into it because I have a message and it's just going to be like a long monologue, and that's what we're going to do. Thank you, Kate. So before we get into that long monologue and we get into it, oh, what is this? No, not now. Get out of there. Before we get into all that, I do have to say a very big happy birthday to my grandmother. You know, the only one. I only have one grandmother left, and it's the best grandmother by far. She had a very special birthday today, and so we want to wish my grandmother a very special birthday. Here she is. See, I come by it naturally, ladies and gentlemen. Here's my grandmother. A very special happy birthday to my grandmother. I'm going to be in so much trouble. But hey, we did it for Grandpa last year, and it's going to be time for his birthday is coming right up too, and at the end of this month. But yeah, very big, special, happy birthday to my grandmother. She's here watching, so yeah, I appreciate all the birthday wishes for Grandma there. I will have to. Kate's putting them up. We'll have to let her know. Hey, Brenda Greider, I've been trying. I will get back with you. If you're up after the show, I will send you a messenger, and if you're up, I'll talk to you. If you're not, I'll get a hold of you tomorrow. But I'm not hiding from you. I will get with you, I promise. But a very big, special happy birthday to my grandmother. I haven't seen her in the comments tonight. Oh, yeah, she's right there. She was very first. Good evening, all. Ready for a good show. So, yeah, she's watching. You should have got... you know what? I forgot all about that, Brenda. I will do that. So, well, cool. Well, yeah, big, very special happy birthday to my grandmother. And thank you for all of you who have extended the birthday wishes to her as well. So there's that, Grandma and Grandma. So very cool. Very cool. Hey, Amanda, I hope you're doing well. My thoughts and prayers continue with you and your family. And I continue to, especially because you guys are still having to go through the craziness and the chaos of everything that the sheriff and his sister are saying. So my thoughts and prayers definitely continue with you guys. So I hope you guys are doing the best that you can be doing. Oh yeah, Karen, absolutely. 1000% every day. Definitely a blessing. Yeah, okay. So this is, yes, it is, Amanda, absolutely. This episode basically was, it's a whole lifetime to getting to this exact point. Like just a life's long time dealing with people in politics. And then, of course, last night's Muncie City Council meeting, and sitting through and listening to that nonsense that the sheriff did, and watching how Muncie City Councilor Dale Basham was just very smug when he's just sitting up there looking, and how he's acting when he's not, he's not wanting to, he's not wanting to answer, and he's just sitting up there, and he's, he at one point he literally looks down the way he does this, and he's looking down to he only sits one seat away, but he's looking at the council president saying, save me, pick up the gavel and bang his head and shut him up. Ooh, he's attacking me. But we didn't let that roll, because that doesn't roll. And I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to. So the meeting ends. And I told you last night that I talked to a couple different groups of counselors at different times. Nora and I talked, and then a couple of other counselors and I talked, and then Nora and myself and the city council attorney talked, and then Ro Selvey and I talked with a couple of counselors, and then it was Nora and Ro and a couple of other, I'm just not naming other counselors, both Republicans and Democrats. But then at one point I was in a conversation with the League of Women Voters, the League of Women, the LWV leader from Delaware County, Linda, I think is her name. And her and Ro were talking to me, and they were talking to me about, so Ro said, she doesn't think that it's right that Dale doesn't respond. She thinks that Dale should respond to me and to anybody else. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter what his feelings are. It doesn't matter what the person's feelings are about Dale. As a city councilor, Dale should respond. Doesn't matter who. They could block out the name. If you're getting a message from someone asking you a question, you should respond. And I appreciate Ro, whether we agree or disagree on certain things. I appreciate Ro feels that way. And Ro is somebody that responds. I got to say, I don't know how she responds to everybody else, but she responds to me. And I hear a lot of other people say that, she responds. So I think that she's pretty responsive, and I appreciate that. And then I said there were other Republicans and Democrats that also said that they felt that, it was disrespectful on Dale's part. But when I was talking to Ro and the president or the leader of the League of Women's Voters, she says, I understand that you're upset, but you should just not get so mad, because you're going to lose people. And you've got a message to say, and it needs to be heard. And listen, do you know what I say? I say, yeah, I'm okay with, listen, if I stand up and I say, hey, Dale, why aren't you answering? Hey, Dale, why aren't you answering? Why can't you do your damn job? If I say it like that, and if you're out in the audience or you're at home and you get mad because I yell at him like that, and you want to turn the show off because of that, here, tell me who you are and I'll kick you out. Tell me who you are, and I don't block people, but if that turns you off, if that upsets you, you can't find the door fast enough. And I told her that. I was done playing. I'm done playing. I told her, I said, well, I know you've been here through meetings. I know you've heard me ask him nicely, for the last several years, I'm done playing with him. I'm past that point. And listen, I say this, I don't think people believe me. If you know me, you know it's true. But if you don't know me, if you just watch me on here, you might have an opinion about me or my behavior, and maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. But if you know me, like if you know me personally, hey, yeah, brother. Yes, it is. I have been working it. I have not used it on the show yet, but I'm getting ready to. Matter of fact, I got it right here. Yes, it has been. Yes, it is. Thank you for that, Lo. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you stopping by, brother. That's amazing. That's cool. Admiral, it was the council president. It was Jeff Green who warned me. You're warned. It's like, excuse you. But if you truly know me, I'm a respectful person. I'm the kind of person that helps a little old lady across the street. I open doors for people. I don't park when I go to the grocery store like by myself. I park out and away so that older people or people with injuries can park closer to the doors. When it's raining, I still park far and out. If I'm driving, if I have my grandparents in the car with me, and we're going to eat, I take my grandparents and I drop them at the door. And then I go and I park and I walk in. and like people, it's like, I'm saying it so it takes away the reason I'm saying that is at the point that I'm yelling at an elected official. At that point, we've had a long history of disrespect from that side to get to that point. And I'm sorry. I'm happy that John Sproles doesn't have to yell at people, And I know that Will Smith don't have to cuss to sell albums, but I do. You know the rest of that, right? By the time that I'm yelling at Dale Basham, he deserves every bit of it. And I'm here to tell you, that's how I'm going to speak to him until he shapes up or ships out, or we beat him. We run him from the dais. He starts answering, or they cart me out of there. Never going to be violent. But I'm going to let him know that public servant that works for me, works for all of us. I'm going to let him know the displeasure I have. And then, hello there, Jeremy. Thank you for the kind words, brother. I get off the air last night, and I notice that Randy Howard down in Henry County, I noticed that he has shared just some really bizarre nonsense on his social media. Okay? Like I can't even with this. I'm going to show you this. This is all, we've got a point. I'm getting there. This is all, I'm walking you to a point. Stay with me. So here's this nonsense. And this thing that he has, that he's posted, okay, I have to take it from a screenshot because I'm blocked from him. He has me blocked because I dared to ask him a question. I dared to say that he and Sproles were acting childish. So I got blocked because I called him childish when he was acting childish, you know. So, ooh, look at me. Look how disrespectful I am. This thing, listen to this. This is from August 5th of 1985. And this says, Mr. Randy Howard, correctional officer. Ooh, he must have really been a correctional officer. Indianapolis Men's Work Release Center. Subject, accommodation. Now listen to this. Dear Officer Howard, it has come to my attention that in June of this year, you instructed 2 Indiana Law Enforcement Academy staff members and 2 Indiana conservation officers in the use of the PR-24 baton, and that you did an excellent job of instruction. You are being commended for taking the initiative to becoming an instructor in the use of the PR-24. You are also being commended for the professional manner for which you delivered the instruction. I encourage you to maintain your enthusiasm and training and to continue contributing to the profession of others in our field. Keep up the good work. Sincerely, Gordon H. Faulkner, Commissioner. Now, I was a little busy today, so I have not had the time to check, but I think that Commissioner Faulkner is deceased. I don't think that this person is among the living anymore. But I have to believe that some of the people over, and I might be wrong, that's just a belief. We'll have to look into this. But the problem is with Randy, now he's put this out there. I'm going to do everything I can to track this down. Find out what this is. Because I'm going to be perfectly honest, this seems like absolute horse shit. Because I don't have a clue what was going on back in 1985. But this is exactly why Randy can't be the sheriff today. Because in today's world, you don't get commended for learning how to play with a stick and teaching others how to play with a stick. Ooh, look at this. Nobody is, this is nonsensical, man.
To me, this letter is because of something he did on his private time.
Yeah.
Not something he's doing in an official capacity.
Yeah,
Does
right.
that make sense?
Sure.
You don't get this kind of letter for that. You get that because, okay, well, you went on your private time and you gave private lessons to these guys and they told me about it.
Yeah.
They happened to be law enforcement instructors. Mm-hmm. This is way different than him teaching at ILEA.
Yeah.
I want to know if this was in a high school gym too.
Yeah, this very well could. Yeah, absolutely. This very well could have been in a high school gym. This was not ILEA. He did not teach at ILEA, period. Point blank. Randy, come on and fight me verbally about it. You did not teach at ILEA, brother. That did not happen. You might have, there might have been somebody that was at ILEA. There might have been a lunch lady or something that took a granny defense course or something at your dojo or something. But and this is also weird. I mean, like, good Lord, if this is what, if we're We are giving accommodations out because you learned. Law enforcement no longer uses the PR-24. Most of them use a baton, an expandable baton. There is it's kind of like Kleenex. Okay, Kleenex is a brand name for tissue paper. Okay, so you hear a lot of people call it ASP, ASP. That is a brand name for an expandable baton. And I can tell you that nobody in law enforcement spends as much time talking about the expandable baton as Randy has talking about this PR-24 wooden stick. And he's literally got pictures of it. And I think he belongs to a PR-20. Like, this is his claim to fame. Randy, not a candidate for sheriff does that make you. Okay? That does not give you anything. So I question this. This could be legitimate. I question this. I don't know. I don't know that I believe this is real. I'm just going to be honest. I don't believe this is real. I don't believe this is real. I honestly, I know a lot of people in law enforcement up and down all kinds of different local, towns, city, county, state, and I just don't know anybody that writes accommodation and commends somebody on what they did in their own time, learning. It's not like he even was like teaching defensive tactics. He was just teaching one angle of a here's a stick. This is a baton. Don't hit people in the brain with it. Hit them in the soft tissue, stick and poke them. It's pretty easy.
I'm having a hard time with the 1985 date.
Yeah, let's talk about that because, I'm glad you were up here. I was just getting ready to ask you to come up here for that. So why do you have a problem with a 1985 date?
Well, he did that. He did the mouthwash program, and they were trying to get dates out of him, trying to get it like his resume.
Yep.
And he talked about how, I'm sorry, pinata class.
Pinata class. So a pinata class. Wait, Mary, don't have your mind changed yet. I've got what's going to change your mind here in a minute. But yes, Adam Harvey, a pinata class. But why do you have a problem with the 1980? Yeah.
He talked about how during the Gulf War that he was doing security up on the Alaska pipeline.
Yep.
And there was some kind of like secret squirrel stuff, and there was a bounty on his head, and he can't talk about it. Okay. And then after that he had gone and he had worked corrections.
Yep.
Well, when was the Gulf War, Kristopher?
Well, it wasn't in 85. It would have been 89, 90?
It was 91.
92, 91?
91.
Yeah.
Was the Gulf War.
Yeah.
So the 1985 is throwing me off.
How old is Mr. Howard? Do we know how old he is? What?
He's 65. He'll be 66 in June.
He's 65. He will be 60. You said he'll be 66 in June. So let's go off of this year. In 2026, he'll be 66.
Yeah.
So that means he was born in 1960. Yeah, 1960.
1960.
Okay.
Which means he would have graduated from high school in 78.
78. Okay, so he would be my dad's age. He's my dad's age. So, in 85, he very well could have been, I don't know. He just didn't say this. He didn't say, because what he said was, I believe he said that his first tour of duty as a corrections officer was up in Wabash.
Westview.
Westfield. What? No. Where was it?
Something. It starts with a W. It's
I
up,
can't keep his
up,
lies
up
straight.
by the lake. Wasn't it Westview?
Not Westview.
Oh, nuts. Come on, somebody in here has
I'm
to remember
looking at it.
what was. Westville.
Yeah. Westville. Westville.
Westville.
That's right. That's right.
And Pendleton.
Yeah. Westville.
So the timeline seems odd to me.
So Westville Correctional Facility, men's work
After
release,
the Gulf War.
was after the Gulf War, and then
And
after
after
that,
after he tried to do a contracting business.
yeah, well, and which is weird because it's weird because the contracting business is what he does technically right now, and if you talk to people in Newcastle, he's done the contracting business for the last 25, 30 years.
Which is funny because I've only ever found one that was only registered for 2 years and then was administratively dissolved because he didn't do the paperwork.
Yeah, right. So he worked in Westville by his mouth after the Gulf War, and then after that he worked behind the wall.
Oh no, it was in a factory. He did the security at the pipeline, then he worked in a factory.
And that he wasn't cut out for that.
Right. And then he tried to do a business, and then he did the corrections.
Yeah. And so the 85 thing is really interesting. So he puts this up, and you know, you ain't seen nothing yet, you know.
Oh, let's keep going.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this stuff, if it doesn't change your mind,
yeah,
you
something's
might need
wrong
to have
with
your
you.
head examined.
Yeah, something's wrong with you if this doesn't change your mind, because it definitely should. So then after this, then he shares this. Here is his U.S. Association of Martial Arts. You know what this guy should do? This guy should go find George Sheridan, the old sheriff from Delaware County, and these two guys could judo chop each other long into the night. You know what I mean? Judy chop. Okay. So you should elect him because of this. Okay. Now listen, this is like the Eagle Scouts, or, this is something that not everybody that goes into martial arts gets this. Okay. I will give him a level of respect for this 5th degree black belt. Okay. I don't want him to be sheriff. He shouldn't be sheriff. It's got nothing to do with being sheriff. Okay. But he did get this 5th degree black belt. It looks like May 27th, Jason Leisure's birthday, 1920, Amy, 2019. Okay, then what is this? This is in recognition and outstanding service to state and community for contributing to the success of Heartbeats Health Festivals in the state of Indiana. Awards a certificate and commendation to Randy Howard in March of 1985. For what? For what? Okay. Then this is the Pro Systems and Bushy Century Rue Black Belt Combat Cane Course. Dude, this is a guy who likes his sticks. So he took a cane course. This was on March 3rd, 2019. Okay. But then this is the one that did it. This is Wackenhut Security had the contract for the pipeline during the Gulf War. There's nothing considered classified about it. Did it come with a free personal pan pizza? Nah, that's his book it certificates that we're going to get here in a little bit. I think he's going to post those tomorrow, the book it. Okay. So then there was this, okay? This is it. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. So I saw this. Pinata Security will whack the bad guys for you. High school football. Now, okay, so I saw this. And I'll be honest, I was feeling a little froggy. When I saw this picture, I just knew I needed to post. And I said, stop the presses. Henry County citizens, I was wrong about Randy Howard. After his most recent post showing the picture posted below, that picture of him from his high school football, all I can say is Henry County isn't even worthy of a man like Randy A-hole Howard. A. Howard. Randy A. Howard. Sorry. Not A-hole. What am I thinking? All right. Hell, you guys down there are lucky he even is considering lowering himself to your mudhole county. I mean, I'm being serious. After seeing this picture, freaking high school football? Are you kidding me? Well, hell yes, he should be sheriff. By all means, honestly, I think Trump should probably stand down and allow the instructor of instructors, the master grappler, to take over the presidency of the United States of America. Move this guy to Washington, D.C. How stupid have I been? How stupid have we all been? Mr. Howard, how could I have ever been so foolish? If you're out there listening to this, I sincerely mean this. Why didn't you tell us that you rode the bench for the Trojans football team when you were in high school? If you had ever even remotely mentioned this in the 4, 5 years, 6 years that I've known you on and off, things would be a lot different. I would have never crossed you the way that I have. You know, if you would have just ever mentioned that. Mr. Howard, sir, will you be my dad and the supreme commander of the world? Like, that's all I need to know. If he, we're going to talk about him here in a second too, Adam. If he moved to Madison County, he would be the second least qualified sheriff candidate. I'm telling you, this is a weird year for weird candidates for sheriff. It's very strange. Well, so I posted that because I'm just tired of him. I'm tired of him I don't care that he doesn't talk to me. I don't care that he's not going to come on the show. It would just, there would be no value. I mean, there would be comedy in it. We would get an hour show of, laughing and joking, but there would be nothing. He shouldn't be elected. He's not going to be elected. it would be a waste. But I'm actually mad that he's seriously running. I don't think he's seriously running. He's running, not seriously. But he is running, and that there are legitimate people down there still to this day trying to interact with him, and he's treating them rudely. He's saying he doesn't owe people things. He's getting mad at the library and those events that are wanting him to come to forums, and they're putting him on the list, and he gets mad and he demands that his name come off the list, and he's not going to show up. That just irritates me. I put him in the same category as Dale Basham. I put him in the same category as former Madison County Councilor Ben Gale. Put him in the same category as Missy Williams over in Randolph County. She's a commissioner over there now. Put him on the same category as all of these people, And it is infuriating to me that these people are in positions where they're getting paid, but yet they're doing very minimal amount of work. Like communicating with the people, communicating with the public is a large portion of the job. Like Jonathan Culp over in Madison County, as an elected counselor and as a candidate for sheriff. Okay? Well, so I posted this in a lot of different places, and I got a notification that popped up on my phone earlier today. And I want to read this to you. I posted this in the oh no, this was just on my wall. I thought I posted this somewhere because I posted it different places in Madison or in Henry County, but I posted this on the Political Spotlight. And someone called Deanne Smith, some of you may know her, some of you may not. You'll get to know her here in a second. A person called Deanne Smith commented, and this is what Deanne Smith had to say. She says, "Before I start, yes, Randy is my older brother. My question is, if you don't like him, that's fine. Who cares? No cheer block needed. Why do you as an adult feel it's okay to constantly make fun of someone? I mean, we don't want our children to, but then it's okay for adults? Do I agree with Randy on everything? Absolutely not. But I don't make fun of him or anyone for that matter. I'm sure when you meet your maker, you can answer to him of why you choose to do this to anyone. We all can be made fun of. But is that the grown-up? Is that a grown-up right? Absolutely not. Don't like him? Okay. Do you need everyone to believe and support your hate for others? I don't get it. When hate is in your heart, you block blessings. But that's between you and God. You can dislike someone if you choose, but making fun of anyone is a total sin. I'm not into all the political stuff. I don't like drama. Outgrew that at recess. But if that's your thing, okay, you will be the only one answering for it. You won't have a mic because God already sees. Have a blessed day. Adults need to do better to produce righteous fruit. Try. Or thank you. I don't care if someone doesn't like me because it's well with my soul. Listen to me. I'm not making fun of, I mean, I guess I am making fun of him. I'm making fun of his inability to understand the position he's put himself in. Randy has attempted to befriend me and talk to me for years, and I've just ignored him. I've never came on here. I've never talked about him. I've never made Facebook posts about him. I've never made memes about him. I've never published pictures about him. I've never taken posts that he's made and then shared those posts. I have left him alone as I have wanted him to leave me alone. But the moment that this man said, I have what it takes for citizens to elect me to be sheriff, I have what it takes to make a large amount of money that is paid by tax dollars, probably one of the highest paid in any county. The sheriff is a very highly paid position. The minute that he put himself in that position and then says, but I don't need to answer questions. I will not answer to you. You will not talk to me. I'm not going to listen to you. Nah, 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 nah. What is more childish? He posted a football picture like it's proof that he should be sheriff. I'm not making fun of him. He's making fun of himself. He's making himself a laughingstock. I'm calling to attention the nonsense. I am asking him to be a grown-up and to consider the fact that he does not have what it takes. And let me tell you, it really irritates me because I'm telling you what's going to happen. There will be people that will vote for him. And those votes will be stripped away from Jim Nicholson or from Jason Williams, and it can help Sproles out. I don't hate Randy. Yeah, same thing Joe's saying. I don't hate Randy. I don't know him. I'm going to use a John Sproles thing. I don't know him to hate him. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate any of these people. I'm trying to show how ludicrous it is what he is doing and how he's attempting to do it. Because, believe it or not, and it's shocking, I know it shocks me, there are people out there that see these posts of his karate expertise and they say, wow, Randy, that's impressive. You could be a good guy to be the sheriff. They think that that means he has good leadership skills, or that that means something beyond what it means. I watched a guy, I was going to say 60 Minutes. It's not 60 Minutes. I watched a man that had been in a really serious accident. He was born as a child and he was blind, so he couldn't see. And he might have also been mute, couldn't talk, or maybe he was deaf, couldn't see and he couldn't hear. And he had been in an accident as a child, and his legs and his arms were like cut off. So he was like no arms, no legs, and he like had like other issues. And he had went and became some kind of martial arts master somehow, and they had given him all these things. I don't think that guy should be sheriff because he rose to, anybody can go and raise to the rank of black belt if you stick with it. If you're willing to put the time in. That does not necessarily equate to leadership. It definitely has nothing to do with law enforcement. This is the reason Randy thinks that it has to do with law enforcement, because he could beat you up. I can beat you up. I'm going to beat you. So I should be the cops. I'm going to be the police. Okay? Randy, I'll support you if you can flip me. Henry County has a sheriff that shoots people. Do they need a new sheriff? Do they need a new sheriff? They do need a new sheriff, but one literally can kill you. I guess I don't understand what you're trying to say there. Henry County has a sheriff that shoots people.
Yeah, we got one that beanbags people.
Yeah.
Thinks that's great.
Yeah.
So let's elect one. This one doesn't need the beanbag gun.
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing he won't need a gun because he doesn't have the academy. So he won't be able to carry a gun. He won't be able to drive one of their cars. So, karate's politics. You get promoted to high-level black belt for putting in time volunteering, not for being a badass. Sir, thank you. That is also great. I love the input. I just want people. Then let me tell you. Then we got this other kid, and this is in a whole nother county. Same situation, the exact same situation. Okay, we have the Madison County Sheriff's race. Okay, and I don't know what's more embarrassing. I really cannot comprehend what is more embarrassing. One, some dumbass kid, Jonathan Culp, who got elected to Madison County Council because of his mommy and daddy's name, who then, after only 2 years out of the 4-year term, decided he doesn't like this toy anymore. This toy being the Madison County Council, his current office. And he wants another toy, being the Madison County Sheriff's Department office. So he's running for sheriff without ever having served in law enforcement in any role. And he's like 25 years old. He's even worse than Randy, to be perfectly honest with you. He's even worse than Randy. If it came down, if like Randy and this kid were running, I would have to probably elect Randy because at least he has time. Okay. But is that more embarrassing, or is this more embarrassing? His mother, a grown woman, Jennifer Culp, who is currently an Anderson City Councilor in Indiana, who, honest to God, is telling people that it doesn't matter that Lil John has never been a police officer or received law enforcement training because the position of sheriff is an administrative office. I am so tired of idiots saying that. I'm over it. Yes, there is always administrative work whenever an elected official is a department head. There are elected officials that are not department heads. There are representative elected officials. There are then elected officials that are department heads. The auditor, the treasurer, the prosecutor, a judge, okay? The sheriff, the coroner, the mayor, if you want to look at a mayor, the commissioners, kind of in a roundabout way. All right. And there are others. So yes, there is administrative work in the sheriff's office, in as much as there is in any other job where you are the head of that office or that department. But anyone who describes the role of an elected sheriff in Indiana in 2026 as simply administrative needs to have their damn head examined. We're not in the 1890s anymore. The days when any John, Dick, or Randy can become the sheriff are gone. But to be honest, Jennifer, to be really honest, your son doesn't even have the chops for the administrative side of the sheriff's office. Okay? That's really, really the thing that needs to be known. Okay? John doesn't even have what it takes to be the administrative sheriff. Is his mother seriously suggesting that Beeman has never been on a scene? Is she saying that? Oh, I get what you're saying.
Well, I guess it's just administrative.
Yeah,
so Beeman
he's
just
just
sits
in
in
the
his
office.
office
Yeah.
and pushes a pencil. He's never
Yeah.
actually gone out and driven a car or
Yeah.
been on a scene of a car accident
Yeah.
or had to arrest someone.
Listen, and I'm not a fan. This is the same. Madison County's the same way. I'm not supportive.
I know Beeman's not high on the list, but
Sure.
he's not a. He doesn't sit in the office.
Right. Well,
is there a sheriff in the state that just sits in the office?
Yeah. No.
No.
Not in a long time. Not. I mean, I imagine somewhere, probably not in the state of Indiana. I would imagine. But even Beeman, who's not my favorite, he's a former United States Marshal, so he has law enforcement experience. He comes from the world of law enforcement. And I think it's interesting that that we have all of these people running around in both of these counties. I'd like to know where else this kind of crap's happening. Here's old Jonathan. Here's Jonathan Culp. Here's his sign. Elect Jonathan Culp for sheriff. Okay.
At least
here's
he's
his
got
mom.
the right kind of star.
That's right. At least he has the right star. At least he has the right star. So here's his mom. Here's Jonathan. And here's the picture I think they need to be posting. This is the one they need to be running with. And this is his mother holding him, Indiana wannabe sheriff, made with the help of AI and nightmares. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's not his sign, Nick. It's not his sign. It's his business card. It's his business card that he then put his sign on. It's his mom's sign. Wait, no, it's his dad's sign. No, I really don't know. I honestly can't tell you. I don't know. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We'll get that thing a-flowing, by the way. This is where I want to get serious. I'm telling, listen, this is for all elected officials from this point forward, the rest of the show. Okay, listen to me. Mayor Ridenour, City Clerk Belinda Munson, Jeff Green, Nora Powell, Brandon Garrett, Sarah Gullion, Jerry Dishman, Harold Mason, Rose Selvey, Dale Basham, Billy McIntosh, Brand, Shannon, Henry, Sherry Riggin, the Piper, and Brad, and Matt Kantz, and all of the people, Ed Carroll, and just anybody that is an elected official in Muncie or Delaware County, all of the people in Anderson and Madison County, all of the people in Newcastle and Henry County, all of the people in Winchester and Randolph County, and Jay County and Portland and Hartford City and Blackford County and Marion County, Marion and Grant County and Indianapolis and Marion County, everywhere throughout Indiana, all of the state representatives, all of the state senators, all of the candidates running for office. This is a serious message. and I say this with all sincerity in my body, nut up. Okay? Nut up. Man up, woman up, do what you need to do to get it figured out. Nut up. Or get out of the way. I don't care that you don't like me. Guess what? I don't like you. I'm still capable of emailing you politely, and I will email you politely. I will be polite. I will be respectful. It's not even an expectation. It is I demand the responses. I demand you to respond to the emails. You are a public servant, or you're a wannabe public servant. Maybe the people need to take a real long, hard look. The people who are running for office, we're past the point of anyone being able to withdraw. But you could just say, look, I don't want it. Even if I'm not campaigning anymore, I'm going to bow out. If I win, I'm going to withdraw. I'm going to step down, and someone can caucus somebody in. You need to decide if you're not capable of doing the job, and you're not capable of responding to people that you like and people that you don't like. Look, if somebody's being out of line, if someone's threatening you, or if someone's doing something criminal, all you need to do is go through the steps to have that handled. All right. I'm never doing that. I don't know many people that are. Down in Indianapolis, they're shooting at city county council people. That needs to be investigated. The people who did that need to be taken into custody, and that needs to be handled. That's not the way that you politic. But if you can't answer emails, if you can't pick up the phone and make a phone call, you need to consider stepping down and not being in that office. Because I'm going to start putting pressure. And I'm going to tell you this, I'm going to speak this out. This is to Scott. This is to Stephen Brand. Okay. It's time for you to start revamping the commissioners' meetings. It's time for you to start opening up comments before you guys vote on action. You guys took 2 really big votes Monday that you voted on before you heard from anybody in the public. And I talked to you during your first couple of months of your first year into office. And you told me, hey, this is my first year. I'm learning, I'm playing the game, but I'm going to get in there and I'm really going to do things. I'm going to make things right. It's time to do that. It's time to do that. Okay. Matt Kantz and Kovalt and Chafin's wife and all these people, I'm getting ready to send you out letters to come on and to interview and to talk. You don't have to like me. It's not about me and you. Don't dodge me. Come on, do the interview and let the public hear from you. You don't have to like me. I will be respectful to you. It will be an interview, and the people will hear what you've got to say, and you might turn some heads, or maybe you won't. I don't know, but that's part of the game. Communicating with people that you like and people that you don't like is what this is. It's politics. It's government. Okay? If you win, you will be the elected public servant over all the people in the county. That means the people that you like, the people that you dislike. And I'm telling you, I'm getting real fed up with these non-answers. Mayor Dan Ridenour, I tell you, I don't know how many emails I've sent you that you have refused to answer. Look, you've got Shireen Wagley in there. She loves to answer for you. Tell her to send out an email. You've got Amber Green. Tell her to send out an email. But letting emails go unanswered for weeks and weeks and months is beyond ludicrous. And it's not going to be tolerated anymore. We as a community, as voters, have to start getting mad about this stuff. We have to start saying at a very basic level, who cares about the debate between the Second Amendment debate, or what should we spend taxes on, or should we raise or lower taxes? If we can't even communicate, if we can't even go and expect to be heard and expect that the people are going to treat us with enough respect to answer simple questions, and they keep going back to, well, this is the public comment, this is the time for you to be heard. I'm sick of hearing Board of Works every Wednesday. Rick Yenser gets up and asks questions, and the Board of Works people listen to him. And then as soon as he gets done, they close the meeting. They need to start answering. I know they're not elected, but they are appointed public servants. And if they're not going to do their job, Ridenour gets the blame for it. We need to bash Ridenour for it. We need to make it a problem for Ridenour if his appointed boards and commissions won't respond to people. If his police chief is refusing to respond to people. Let me tell you this. You know, back in March, was it March or February? I don't know. February or March. One of the last two meetings, several council members asked the police chief for SOPs of the drone program. And two or three of them at least, and at least one of them was a Republican. Okay? After that, after the meeting, a couple council members, at least one, maybe two, sent emails trying to check up on and find out information about the drone policy, the information about the city being at the county building. And one council member called for a committee hearing, but because the Republicans on the council were in control of it, that committee meeting was never called and nobody provided anything. The chief of police of Muncie completely blew off all of the council members that made that request, did not provide any of them with any information, and just said, sorry about you, nothing. And that's the same way that he responds to media. It's the same way that he responds to me. It's the same way that he responds to Channel 6, Channel 13. And look, he's appointed. So that has to come back on Ridenour. We have to take that to Ridenour, and we have to make it a problem for Ridenour. Because when we make it a problem for Dan, the problem will get fixed. Or we have to throw Dan's house out of office. Now, I know that's a whole nother year from now. We'll deal with that then. But I'm talking about across the board. It doesn't matter where I'm talking. It doesn't matter if you're watching this from Muncie or Newcastle or Indianapolis or Anderson or Logansport, or it doesn't matter if you're watching from Lafayette. It doesn't matter if you're watching from Ohio. It doesn't matter where you're watching or listening to this from. Protests don't matter unless you have bodies. I'm here to tell people that. Unless you have actual lots and lots of bodies, protests don't matter. We have to get to a point where we can start making phone calls, where we can start emailing, where people will start going to council meetings. We have to get people engaged to do those things. That is what matters. That is what moves the needle. It's what moved the needle with the whale sustainable product. It's what moved the needle with that ordinance that Nora put forward. It's what moved the needle with the changes that Jeff Green tried to make. Look, we saw that in real time here in Muncie. We've seen it in real time here in Muncie on a couple of different issues. I'm telling you, that's what works. It worked in Henry County with the wind issue. Okay. You saw it there. Henry County people, you saw it. Every election results in less freedom and increased taxation no matter who you vote for. Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. Absolutely true. All I want is the pole attachment agreement that the city has with the Indiana Michigan Power that allows them to attach flock cameras to utility poles. Let me write that down and I will start working on that. Give me 1 second. I've been communicating with the power company and they're pissed. Let me write that down. Pole attachment agreement. Indiana, Michigan Power. I'll look into that. I'll see what I can find out about that, Stumblefoot. I'm also, I've told you guys, some of you probably don't even remember it. I know Alva does. I told you back before the move that I was going to start looking into the situation with the Board of Works that Alva's been digging into. I started that process last Friday. I sent an email to the controller's office, and I am looking into information. We are going to get to the bottom of what the hell they're doing in the Board of Works. That's been a way that Ridenauer has been able to run around the council. He's been doing this, and he's been having even the last administration do it on a couple things. And we're going to get to the bottom of what's going on there. And we're going to try to fight to make that more up to par with what it should be. You know, I don't know how long that's going to take. Don't know if it's winnable, but we're going to fight it, and we'll fight it until one of two things happens, you know, until we win or they win. Stumblefoot, did you hear what Rick Yinzer said during the council meeting yesterday about the flock cameras, about the county? Did you listen? You need to go listen to the Delaware County Commissioners meeting. While we're here, we got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes left. I'm going to try to find that real quick. Give me 1 second, because I think that's something that people need to hear. No, damn it. Let me find out. Okay, let's find out where this is at.
As the community corrections director, she's a huge resource for
Let me
the
find out.
justice system.
I got to look up the
in addition to
their agenda.
Her own department, she's on several boards, criminal justice related boards out at the Justice Center, and on several community boards as well. And where she's a positive contribution, helps ensure effective operations, and really plays a key role in a lot of different facets in the community in terms of public safety.
Let's see.
Is always prepared. She's detail oriented, dependable, and has a positive attitude. Yeah, which is tough.
Okay, we'll jump forward to this.
Providers.
Thank you.
Get by making it Shindell Road for 150 acres. And then that's the thanks we get. They made it Shindell Road.
Sir, could I have Kylene speak, please, on our behalf?
Bill, Kylie wants to talk, so you'll have to move, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. She needs to talk. She needs to use that microphone, Bill.
Yeah.
Eileen Swackhammer, Plan Commission. So I don't have a view one way or the other.
Wait a minute, I want to hear what this guy has to say.
Close to 40 years.
John?
And I think that it should remain. We've had an issue with people stealing the Shindell, removing them. We had to send a letter out, at least my office did, defacing the county signs. And so I think that as a resident up there, and I don't know how the other residents feel. I know my neighbor across the street doesn't want it changed, and my neighbor to the south of him doesn't want it changed either. So I don't know how the rest of the residents feel. So that's just by 2 cents.
John, I appear to disagree.
And we disagree, Bill. We've disagreed for a long time. You came to my house, asked to sign a petition, and I said I would never sign it.
I didn't ask you to sign it. We've been out there since 1961. I've lived there since March of 1973. And I don't understand why. I understand why it was Sheridan Road originally. What the world they made it Shindell Road for? It was 525 East. We pay $7,000 taxes on that property for 150 acres. And then that's the thanks we get. They made it Shindell Road.
Sir, could I have Kylene speak, please, on our behalf?
Bill, Kylie wants to talk, so you'll have to move, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. She needs to talk. She needs to use that microphone, Bill.
Yeah.
Eileen Swackhammer, Plan Commission. So I don't have a view one way or the other. I don't understand the full extent of the objection to Shindell Road, and I don't really know the procedure of when it was named Shindell Road. As far as our office goes, entering the data, whatever we are told to do, we will do, and then that trickles over to GIS and emergency services too. So they may have some comments as well.
Would there be a committee that would want to look at it before we?
I don't. Tommy, are there 525 East signs up there right now?
No, Sheila, they've been removed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kyle Johnson, Chief Information Officer. I'm responsible for all the GIS, geospatial data for the county that's integrated into our public safety 911 system. Doing a major name change like this, impacts. I didn't know this was going on. I tell you exactly how many houses it is, but it's a significant number. It creates confusion for our public safety. I would not be in favor of a name change like this without a good reason. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. I would make a motion that we add the 525 signs on top of the Shindell signs.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Henry?
Yes.
Commissioner Rand? Yes. Commissioner Reagan?
No. Okay. Ordinance 2013-20.
Yep. So ordinance 2013-20 is an ordinance about abandoned or junk vehicles in the public streets and on private drives. We've had some issues. I believe our building commissioner sent out somewhere over 100 letters about a month ago to different folks throughout the county, and we've been hearing back from those folks. Mostly a good response. People saying, "Hey, I'm going to get this removed. Don't penalize me."
All right, we're jumping forward here. I just wanted to hear what they were.
They're on wheels, campers.
Doing to that old man.
Number 3 says motor vehicles.
JC Roofing.
Yep. So
okay, listen.
The Justice Center had problems with the roof leaking out there.
Listen.
4 years since it was.
For years, the damn thing was just built, but we're still dealing with this. Remember, this is the people that's connected to James King. Remember? Let's listen to this. Let's see what they're going to do with this.
And the roof was redone, specifically in the jail and in the sheriff's area, like the evidence room. We had evidence getting wet. I think it's O Dorm has some problems. So if you recall,
I believe it was late last year, we arranged for an independent third-party engineering firm to come in and do an assessment of the Justice Center roof, knowing that there was no way they could get to work. That way, they weren't saying, hey, this is what's wrong with it. I can fix it for this much money. And we have that proposal in front of us. I believe that we've done some effective repairs out here recently where we have stopped the leak in O-dorm in an evidence room. But in my opinion, and the opinion of this engineering study, it's only a temporary fix. So I would like to send this 2026 roofing project assessment that was conducted free of charge, by the way, by an independent third party. And I would like to turn it into a request for proposal and send it out.
I was wondering, in that proposal, could we do sections at a time? Maybe have timeline?
Yeah, so if you look back in the proposal, all the sections are differentiated. There's roof section 1.
Okay, here it comes, Stumblefoot.
6. So they would all be quoted individually, and they would be quoted to where if they were awarded 1, 2, or 6, the price.
Here it comes.
But we talked about sending out an RFP for our liability and property, and I have taken the liberty to put together an RFP proposal along with
$260,230.14. County Road 600 West between State Road 28 right away and Gaston town limits. The bid came in at $410,000.
$475.
I'll make a motion to approve the 3 proposals, striking the last sentence in section 10, starting with either party may cancel. Which would be a slight savings over what was previously approved.
Here we go.
Correct, Mr. Carroll, we've already approved the parcel level detail for Baker Tilly, but we stopped it.
Correct.
Right, okay, so this is a slight savings. It would be a little bit of an increase to get the local income tax revenue analysis by geography, and I think that's going to be really important. Also, our finance committee, our strategic finance committee reviewed this and made a recommendation to me, this is a belt and suspenders approach so that we can communicate directly with Flock rather than going through.
Yep,
this
here's
facility.
Flock.
It's an ideal location for the city of Muncie.
To have a other set of eyes looking on something all the time.
So you're requesting this as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Brand.
Yes.
Here we go.
Commissioner Henry.
Yes.
Commissioner Reagan.
Yes. Thank you. Block safety.
So this is a follow-up to the lease agreement that we approved with the city of Muncie, I believe in our last meeting. The purpose is there's a drone that is going to be mounted on the roof of this facility. It's an ideal location for the city of Muncie, the height and there's no slope on the roof. It can be dispatched, and it will be dispatched in cases of traffic accidents or if there's a safety situation where rather than putting law personnel in harm's way, this drone can go check things out. So we've already approved the lease agreement with the city for 2 years for $10 a year. We did that in the last meeting.
Great.
This license agreement is with Flock directly, although in the lease agreement, it says that the city's responsible for this. To me, this is a belt and suspenders approach so that we can communicate directly with Flock rather than going through the city and trying to get somebody to translate what our wishes or intentions are or vice versa. And I don't believe there's any harm in entering into this direct licensing agreement for the use of the licensure property with Flock. So legal has reviewed this. We made some
requesting this
changes
document
that they made very quickly with no discussion, and that's what's in front of us today.
I'll make a motion to approve that
I'll
agreement.
second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Henry.
Yes.
Commissioner Brand.
Yes.
Commissioner Reagan.
Yes. Wireless automation.
There you go.
Mr. Salt.
No, they didn't let anyone speak. They didn't tell the public what it was. They didn't tell anybody what's going on here. I have a problem with any time that these people are voting without letting the public talk. No government should do that. I don't care if it's a town. I don't care if it's a county. There makes no sense to do that. The way that the city operates is the way that government should operate. And we need to start browbeating every form of government from here to California and Florida to Michigan needs to be changing their approach. Everyone needs to allow public input before any ordinance is voted on. Specifically, ordinances of that magnitude. But I say all of them. So I will get that agreement and find out what the hell that is. I should be able to request it. They should get that request tomorrow. And Danielle Struble is pretty good about getting me the responses back. So I should have that tomorrow maybe, or Thursday at the latest. So there's that. Hey, the last thing that I want to tell you guys is the Henry County government, the candidates, not the government didn't do it, but the Henry County candidates had a forum at the Newcastle Henry County Library tonight. It was the state candidates, and it was the county offices like treasurer, auditor, surveyor, things like that. And those people went, and I listened to it. I didn't go to the event, but I listened to it from home. You can hear it a lot better. Bobby Plummer put it out there. If you want to see that, that's on Bobby Plummer's Facebook page. You can go and see that. I will be going to the event on Thursday. The event on Thursday will be the sheriff's candidates and the commissioner's candidates and the council candidates, I believe. So I will be at that event, which means the Thursday episode might go a little late. We might go about 9:30. They are supposed to be out of there by 7:30 or 8, I believe, which would put me home right about 8:30, 8:45, but we might be just a little bit later, so keep that in mind. But I'm going to go and be on hand for that, and I'm going to static record that. So we'll do that and see what goes on there. And we will talk about that. So Kate just put Bobby's video in the comments there where you guys can see that. So I wanted to let everybody know that. But listen, going back to the big rant, we have to start pushing back on these people. For so long, they have gotten away because no one's been involved. Nobody's been doing this. We have to start with emails, phone calls. You have to start going to meetings. You have to let these people know who we are and that we are not going away. And it's, I'm doing it, but it takes more than just me. I can get you guys involved. You guys can sit and watch me. But if we're not going to do anything with the information, then it serves no purpose. I might as well do a history podcast or talk about music. You know what I mean? If this means nothing, it means nothing. We have to make it mean something. So it's time for the public servants to nut up or get out of the way. And I will say it's time for us as the citizens. We've got to nut up and do what we need to do. So that's that. That's the message I've got for you, message I've got for them. I'm going to send out the letters to the candidates. I hope to hear back from a large grouping of them. I hate doing it, but I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for you, and I'm doing it so people can be more engaged and understand what's going on. So I guess we'll see how many of them really, really want to speak to you. And for those that don't, listen, I wouldn't speak. I wouldn't vote for anybody that's unwilling to speak to the public. You just can't vote for those people. If somebody is not willing to come and talk to you, is not willing to take every opportunity, then they are not worth a vote. So that's the message. Yeah. Listen, tomorrow we will start with one of those candidate events. Time to be a little unruly. Hey, govern yourselves accordingly. Tomorrow night, we will have Steve Duggar on. He is a candidate running for commissioner in Henry County. And I'm looking forward to that discussion. We'll talk about some Henry County stuff. We'll talk about a little bit of everything because this man is knowledgeable and he will be a good interview. I think you guys are really, really going to enjoy that. So we'll have him on tomorrow and we'll go from there. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a great Wednesday. Watch the Board of Works meeting tomorrow morning, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night, episode 636. We'll be interviewing Republican candidate Steve Duggar. He's running for Henry County Commissioner. So we'll see you guys. Take care, and God bless. Good night.